Welcome to Blockbuster Tales, where movies come to life through epic breakdowns. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your weekly dose of cinematic deep dives. Let's dive into the story. The Conjuring 4, Last Rites begins with Ed and Lorraine Warren visiting a remote convent in Romania. They're receiving a mysterious letter from a nun claiming demonic activity. The convent is ancient and tucked away in the mountains, seemingly cut off from the modern world. Upon arrival, the Warrens find the atmosphere unusually heavy, with the nuns silently performing rituals. The Mother Superior greets them, but seems hesitant to speak about the threat. She warns them about an evil locked deep beneath the chapel. Lorraine senses an overwhelming darkness emanating from below. The Warrens are told about Sister Maria, the young nun who first reported the activity, but has since gone silent and refuses to speak. Ed attempts to communicate with her, but she stares blankly and repeatedly draws a symbol resembling a black sun. Lorraine experiences a vision of a screaming nun being dragged into darkness. That night, they hear whispers in the walls and footsteps, echoing in the halls, though no one is there. Ed is nearly attacked by a shadowy figure, but escapes with a deep scratch on his shoulder. The Warrens investigate the convent's catacombs, discovering ancient relics and forbidden texts. They find records of a demon named Barbatos, sealed centuries ago by the Vatican in this very convent. Lorraine reads from a ritual book and sees a vision of the original sealing a violent battle between priests and the demon. Meanwhile, Ed is lured into a hidden chamber by the sound of a crying child. Inside, he finds old drawings made in blood and hears his name being whispered. The door slams shut, and he collapses as black smoke fills the room. Lorraine rushes to find Ed and saves him by chanting a prayer, forcing the darkness to retreat. Ed awakens shaken, claiming he saw a child being sacrificed. They realize Barbatos is manipulating memories and using guilt as a weapon. Sister Maria finally speaks and reveals she was possessed and forced to show others the demon's seal. She cries that the demon is trying to rise again, and that someone in the convent has betrayed them. The Warrens suspect the Mother Superior may be involved. They confront the Mother Superior, who confesses she's been guarding the seal alone, but has grown too weak to contain it. She says a blood moon into nights will break the seal permanently unless a ritual is completed. The Warrens prepare the rite, gathering the holy relics needed, including a vial of Christ's blood hidden beneath the chapel. That night, Lorraine is possessed briefly, uttering unknown languages and levitating. Ed prays over her until she regains control. The next day, an earthquake shakes the convent, breaking a statue and revealing a staircase leading deeper underground. The Warrens descend with Sister Maria and Father Karras, the local priest. In the catacombs, they find a giant stone coffin with claw marks inside and chains covered in dried blood. Lorraine senses the presence of Barbatos directly behind them. The lights flicker, and Father Karras is thrown violently against the wall, nearly dying on impact. The demon appears in its full form, twisted and humanoid, with black wings and burning eyes. Lorraine holds up the cross, which weakens the creature briefly. Sister Maria recites prayers, while Ed draws protective sigils on the floor. Suddenly, the ground splits and fire erupts, forcing them to retreat. The demon mocks Lorraine by taking the form of her late daughter, forcing her to confront her pain. She screams and collapses. Ed carries Lorraine back, but she demands to finish the ritual. They learn they must perform the rites inside the demon's chamber to seal him again. They arm themselves with relics and holy water. That night, as the blood moon rises, the demon's power surges and the convent begins to crumble. Statues bleed, and nuns are possessed and turn violent. Ed fights off one of them, barely surviving a knife wound. They reach the chamber, now a fiery pit with swirling shadows. The ritual begins with Sister Maria chanting, while Ed and Lorraine hold the seal. The demon tries to destroy the seal, using illusions to distract them. Lorraine sees a vision of Ed dying, but she realizes it's fake and regains control. Barbatos throws Sister Maria into the wall, knocking her out. Lorraine picks up the book and continues the rite. The demon lashes out, breaking crosses and burning the holy water. Ed distracts Barbatos by reciting the names of the angels, weakening him. Lorraine finishes the chant, and the seal glows red-hot. A light beam erupts from the book, striking the demon and trapping him in the coffin once more. The lid slams shut with a scream that echoes through the convent. Everything falls silent. Suddenly, the chapel collapses, and debris buries the chamber. Ed shields Lorraine with his body as rocks fall. Hours later, they awaken outside the chapel, bloodied but alive. Sister Maria is missing. Search parties look for her, but only find her rosary near the seal. The Vatican arrives to secure the site, thanking the Warrens for preventing a global disaster. The Warrens return to the United States, but Lorraine feels unease. She dreams of a black sun rising above their house and wakes up screaming. They realize the battle may not be over. Ed finds the symbol of Barbatos drawn on their mirror in the morning. Their daughter, Judy, claims she saw a shadow man in the hallway. Ed and Lorraine vow to protect their home. Days after returning, Lorraine continues to experience visions of Sister Maria calling for help from beyond the seal. She begins documenting her dreams, which all show glimpses of a burning monastery and a priest hanging upside down. Ed tries to comfort her, but he too hears scratching inside the walls of their home. Their daughter Judy becomes increasingly disturbed, claiming the family Bible has been moving on its own. One evening, Ed finds their basement door wide open, though it had been sealed since their last exorcism case. Inside, he finds the music box from Annabelle's case spinning by itself. A cold wind passes through the room and whispers, "You freed me." Lorraine rushes in and faints upon touching the box. When she wakes, she sketches a new symbol she's never seen before, one that matches an ancient sigil from the forbidden texts in the Romanian convent. Determined to find answers, the Warrens travel to Rome to meet Cardinal Bellucci, a Vatican demonologist who had originally sealed Barbatos. He reveals that Barbatos was only one of 7 demonic princes bound centuries ago. Each was locked under the protection of a different sacred site. The events at the Romanian convent may have triggered a chain reaction, and other seals might also be weakening. The Cardinal warns that if more seals break, the demon realm could partially merge with Earth. He shows Ed and Lorraine a scroll prophesying that the blood moon shall rise thrice, and the gate will open. He fears that those behind Operation Resurrection are trying to break the seals deliberately. Lorraine, sensing time is running out, pleads with him to help guide them to the next site. As they prepare to leave, the Cardinal is killed in a mysterious fire inside the Vatican. His office burns, but no smoke or heat is detected. The only object untouched by flames is the scroll, now marked with a blood-red thumbprint. Lorraine stares into the ashes and whispers, "It's beginning." The story closes as thunder cracks over the Vatican, and lightning briefly reveals a silhouette standing on the dome. Barbatos is not just sealed, he's watching. Meanwhile, deep underground, the seal shows tiny cracks forming again. A drop of blood seeps from it, and a whisper echoes, "Last rites won't stop me." The screen fades to black. In a post-credits scene, a mysterious figure in a Vatican robe visits the ruins of the convent. He kneels before the coffin and whispers in Latin. The seal glows faintly red as the screen cuts again. The final scene suggests a secret society within the Vatican that believes Barbatos is a necessary evil to combat a greater darkness. This hints at a future installment where the Warrens may be hunted by those they once trusted. A new file appears in Ed's case room marked Operation Resurrection. As Lorraine reaches for it, the lights flicker again. The scene cuts to a young nun at another remote monastery in Italy, writing a letter describing strange occurrences. As she finishes, the camera pans to a crucifix turning upside down behind her. The music grows chilling as the screen fades out with one final whisper. He's not done yet. The Conjuring Universe is far from over.